back, guys. I'm going to tell you guys the full story. What happened on this journey, and it went by real quick. This was a different surgery than I've ever experienced, and I had many surgeries before. This was very different. As of right now, this is the morning of the surgery, or after the surgery, not the morning me waking up just having it, but having it, going through the day, going to sleep, and getting up now. I figured I was going to get to the hospital about an hour or two after the surgery, but I stayed almost all night, and they almost got me to stay the night, but I would not let them let me stay the night. Simply because what's usually a 1.5, 2 hour surgery, I had a 4-hour surgery, bro. So I was on some extra shit, some extra anesthesia type stuff. So I was extra drowsy, and I was out of it until the evening. I had the surgery late morning, and I was like out of it until the evening, and people were starting to get like worried because I wasn't waking up. The people that was there with me anyways, not the doctors, because they knew how much stuff I was on, and that's what was going to happen. But you know, the worst parts of this whole thing, it's not right now. I'm easily past the worst of all whatever I just experienced, bro, which I like. But my experience with this, bro, I'm going to tell you guys play by play. It's kind of like in picture mode how it happened. It all happened so fast. But we drove there. I walked in by myself. People was going to come afterwards. It was done. And as soon as I walked in, I went up to the second floor where the surgical center is. They was asking me a few questions at the front desk and stuff, and I confirmed that it was me, showed my ID, all that kind of good stuff. And literally, bro, a fellow I used to know from high school that was in my same grade, same class, everything, fellow I was kind of friends with, he walked in and he walked by, and I seen him there. He's like, "What are you in here for?" Because he saw me get like that hospital bracelet on, and I told him. He's like, "Ah, shit." So that was one of the first things that happened. I saw someone I knew there, and as soon as I put that bracelet on, they're like, "Okay, come back with us." And they showed me my room, put all my stuff in my little closet that I had in my room, and then we got right to it, bro. Like, we weren't messing. We got right to things. Like, they got me to put that gown on and half my clothes off, and they got me laying down on that bed. They brought me a bunch of warm blankets to comfort me, and they were just putting warm blankets like over me to comfort me. And they gave me a type of pill. They gave me 3 Tylenols off the bat. They gave me 2 other pills to help relax me. And I was handling it pretty well. I wasn't overly nervous. I had those little thoughts like, oh shit. But I was handling it well. And then it was time for the IV. So they come with the IV. And that was fun and all. They put that needle in the side of my left arm here. They put it in. It was fine. I watched it. It was nothing. It was a needle. It didn't hurt nothing. Just boom, in. Perfectly fine. And they kept asking me so many damn questions, bro, which I didn't like. And they have to. It's their job. But I was just like, they're asking all these questions, and it's just making things worse, to be honest, because I just want to be left alone, because I know what I'm about to go through. I don't like to be bothered like that. But I kept answering them anyways. 3-4 minutes later, after the IV went in my arm, there was like things starting to go through my body because of the IV. And I'm answering questions, everything's fine. All of a sudden, my whole body just starts like hyperventilating, bro. Like, I had IVs before and this never happened. My body completely freaked out, bro. I literally hyperventilated and I was going crazy. Like, not crazy, but there was like a heartbeat in my face. My whole body was like locking up and I was like shaking. Just because of an IV. Not the fact that I got it because of the needle, but the stuff that was going in my body. And they say this happens sometimes to people, like from the IV, it can have that effect. And they were like calming me down, and they were like, it's gonna be over 2 minutes, you're gonna be fine, and it was. But that was crazy, bro. I was like this close to like passing out. Like they were telling me you might faint, but you're gonna be fine in 2 minutes. And I was just back and I was just breathing as deep as I could, bro, trying to stay up, and I did. But it was so weird, man. My whole body like locked up. I felt all tingly and weak. And then that was over. And then they let me rest for a bit, and we kept things going. Someone kept on me, and they kept asking me, are y'all good and all this stuff. And then they got the doctor to come, the surgeon, and he talked to me beforehand, and we made it clear what we were going to do. And it was all good. And I was all good at this point again. That IV fucked me up for like 5 minutes. But then I was good. Back to normal, calm, and everything. And we went through it, and I'm all good. And then I talked to the anesthesia guy. He told me it was going to get out. It's all good. 10 minutes later, I'm getting wheeled to the back. They didn't even put the gas mask on me. They gave me the IV they gave me the anesthesia through the IV. So they're just talking to me and stuff, and all of a sudden I'm out. Just like that. And overall, it wasn't horrible. There were some shitty parts. That IV part was shitty. That felt like shit. It did not feel good. That might have been the worst part. That IV might have been the worst part of the whole damn thing, the way I freaked out about that. It did not feel good. Waking up too, not the best. As soon as I woke up, I threw up. Not as soon as I woke up, but once I woke up and started kind of moving just a little bit and starting to breathe a bit, and that's when I got sick. They were like shoving popsicles in my mouth trying to wake me up and shit, and I'm just like, what the hell, bro? I'm just like half asleep licking that shit. But yeah, man, I puked. Like I was all good, and then all of a sudden I wasn't. I was telling them I was all good, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna puke, and it just hit me like that. And they ran, got a bag right quick. As soon as they come with the bag, I just threw up, bro. Probably because of the pain and what just happened, but. And the fact that I was on so much anesthesia and I was asleep for so long. A combination of that and the pain and all that kind of stuff, I just threw up because of it. And I stayed a while longer. I kind of went back to bed. We left the hospital at 9:30 p.m. that evening. And the surgery was over, I think, around 3:30. And I slept for that long. And it was this close for me staying all night. I was this close away from them keeping me all night. But there was a man beside me, bro, just screaming, just roaring in pain. I don't know what he was going through. But I literally felt bad for the guy, man. It did not sound good. Like, he was in pain, bro. I don't know what the hell was going on with him. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know what the cause was, whatever was happening to him. But I did not want to stay there, bro. There's people beside me just hollering, so... And I knew for a fact, the fact that I slept a lot of the day, I'm probably not going to be sleeping that much in the evening. So I was like, nah, I'm not staying here. Because if I would have, bro, I probably would have been just awake in the hospital bed just all night till the day. And that would have been shit. I did not want to do that. So I ended up convincing them to let me leave. And I was still half out of it, literally, man. Like, I don't even remember walking into the hospital. Like, all of a sudden, we're stepping out the door, and I walked from all the way, like, upstairs, down the stairs, and down these floors, and out of the hospital. All of a sudden, I'm outside. Like, I was still half out of it anesthesia because I had so much of it, because the surgery was so long. And we got in. We picked up a smoothie on the way home. Couple drinks with electrolytes. Got back to my spot here, and I had some of the smoothie, and that did not sit well. I was still out of it, and I still needed to puke, and I had the littlest bit of food, not even food, but the smoothiest food and liquids, and I threw it up like right away. So I threw up a second time and a third time and a fourth time. Hurt the nose a little bit too, because when you're puking, you like scrunch your nose, and my nose started bleeding even more, and a little bit of pain in the front of it. But I can handle pain well, bro. Like, I'm not even on my painkillers right now. Like, I have them right over there. I have perks for painkillers. And it's not that bad right now. I'm past the worst of it, bro, and I'm just happy that's all done. There was a few moments where it sucked. A lot. Other than that, I'm past the worst of it. I know that for a fact. And I'm not even swollen that bad, bro. Some people get like the blackest eyes. Mine's not even bad. It could get a little worse, but it's not going to be right crazy. Like, and I handled it pretty well, bro. We're back. I feel alright in the healing phase, and I know for a fact I'm going to look back at this and be like, I'm so fucking happy I got it. I'm already feeling that. So imagine how I feel when I'm 100%. Yeah, so I can't really get into deep sleeps right now either. I'll only sleep for 2-3 hours max, and I'm waking up again. But that's normal. I'm not going to have deep sleeps for probably at least a week or two. But this is how my lifestyle is going to be for at least a week. I get this cast off this Wednesday coming, so in like 5 more days. That's not bad. I gotta keep the splints in my nose. I don't even feel those either. Like, I can actually breathe through my nose a little bit. Like, it's not as bad and as plugged as people say it is. It's really not. Like, I can get some air through my nose a little bit. Like, it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be breathing wise at all. Like, at all. The pain is probably a tiny bit less than I thought it was going to be. A tiny bit less, so that's not even as bad either. So I'm pretty happy with that. And the anesthesia guy and the doctor told my mom that they did a really good job. I didn't see anything yet. I can't even see my nose or anything, but apparently they did a really good job of stitching it up, and it looks good. The scarring's not going to be bad, and we'll see what this is, bro, when it's all said and done. I'm looking forward to it, but that is the story, and that's just what went down. And that's it for now. We continue on this journey. We continue on this life, and we will see what's in store next. I'm just going to keep relaxed and recovered. I'm not doing nothing crazy, sticking around and resting. I might even go up to the folks' place for one night. And I'm going to ease my way back into some videos. There's no doubt about that. It's going to be a little bit weird for a bit with this thing in my face. Oh well. I'm bleeding a little bit right now. That's normal too. I'll probably bleed for the next 2 or 3 days, and then it slowly stops. It's not bleeding much though. A little bit. But anyways, guys, this is the update. You guys see how I am, see how I'm doing. We're handling this very well. So we're past the worst of it. I already told you guys what was up. And that was a little bit brutal, but even nothing too crazy at the same time. I handled even those they had bad things well, and we got through this shit, bro. Onward and up we go, and God willing, God bless. Let's get to it, bro.